Now you can see the screen. We will start now. Okay, so Python tuples, they are very similar to list, and they have only one key difference between a tuple and list. So that is immutability. So tuples are immutable and lists are mutable. We can change the value in list. We can't change the value in tuple. Okay, we can insert it. We can insert. We can update, and we can delete the values in list. Okay, so we can't insert or we can't make any changes in here. Okay, so tuples are using parentheses to declare their elements, and the elements are separated by commas, and we can use multiple data types while declaring tuples. Okay, we can use multiple data types inside a tuple. So uh, then let's see a couple of examples in tuples. I'm going to, yeah, okay. Let's move on to Jupyter Notebook. Here I declare one, yeah. So here I declare one variable named t and equal to give parenthesis, and inside it I have to give one comma, sorry, 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay. So I also add one more variable for list equal to, here I have to give square brackets. Okay, so in tuples we have to use parenthesis, and if we move on to list, we have to use square brackets for declaration. And so inside I have to pass same value which I have declared above. Okay, then I shift enter. So now I check t. I have the tuple value and checklist. So it's written a list value, and now we going to check what are the types. Okay, so first we check what is the type of t. It is tuple, and here for just a confirmation, and here I'm checking my list. It returns list. Okay, then we'll go with len function. So I run t and hit shift enter. I have 3 elements inside the tuple, so it prints 3. Okay, so we can use indexing and slicing also. So like list. Okay, so here I declare some value for a tuple like 22. Oh, sorry, 12, 22, and 33 and 44, and run this. I check the value. It returns that. Okay, so I want to grab 22. The process is same which we have seen in list class. Okay, so um, t give one open and close square brackets. Then we want 22 have to pass uh, the index position of 22. So here we have 0 is the index position of 12 and 1 is the index position of 22. Okay, here I pass this, I get 22. So the process is same which we have seen past classes. So I pass to it returns 32. Okay, so it can do slicing also. Uh, same syntax. Okay, if I want to print 22 to 44, here I have to give 24 as the index position of 1, and simple I give one colon. If I run this, I get 22, 33, and 44. You can use slicing also, and it can use reverse indexing also. So if I give -1, it prints 44. So if I give -2, I get 33, and if I give -3, it returns 22. Okay, so we can uh, use indexing and slicing also, and we have two built-in functions here. We have two built-in functions in tuples. So like here I just say one more variable like 1, or I simply can put a, b, comma, and c, some alphabets. Okay, so a, b, c. So I run this and check t. T returns a, b, c, d. Okay, so we have two built-in functions in tuples. So uh, t dot and hit tab, you can see. Wait, yeah. So you can see what are the data types in tuples. Okay, so we have two. Sorry, what are the building functions in tuple? Sorry, and we have two building functions. One is count and index. First, we see what is count. Okay, so count is used to counts the value. Simple, like so. Here I have an option to pass the parameter inside parameter, inside the parentheses. Like if I want to pass a, it prints how much or how many a's inside the tuple. Okay, if I pass b, it prints how many b's inside a tuple. So here I want to change one extra b, and I run this. So I check T, we have two B's. If I run this, it prints 2. Okay, so the count is used to uh, uh, count the value. That's all. Okay, so next we have one more built-in function, that is index. Okay, so the index is used to find the index position of an element. Okay, so if I pass B, I get the index position of B. B has first index position, and so if I pass C, I get what the index position of C. So C has the index position of 2, right? So these are the built-in functions in tuples. Okay, so let's move on to sets. Okay, so tuples are finished, and next topic is sets. So Python sets are unordered collections of unique elements. That means uh, it has only unique elements. So duplications not allowed here, because it only prints unique elements, right? So meaning there can only one representative of the same object. Like here also we use curly braces, and in dictionary we also use curly braces. The difference between sets and dictionary is dictionary we are using key and value pairs. In here we have only unique elements, and the elements are separated by a comma. So that's all. Okay, that is the difference between dictionaries and sets. Okay, so let's see a couple of examples for sets. Jupyter, and here I create one variable my set, and here I give set function. Okay, so here I give set function. I run this. I check my set. It returns set. Okay, there is no value inside that set. So I want to add some values in here. So we have an option add. Then here you can pass your parameters. Okay, so now I check my set. We have one with the curly braces. Okay, so and here I want to pass another variable, sorry, another value, and I check my set. I have 1 and 2. So uh, I try to pass 2 one second time. It won't take the value because uh, my set, that means set takes only unique elements, and uh, it only have one representative of the same uh, object, right? So, and I declare one list with uh, some duplications like 111, then 222, sorry, 222, then 333. So we have a large number of duplications in here. So then I check the value, it returns that. Okay, so now I have to pass the list uh, into the set. Okay, so now I pass the value into the parameters like here I uh, here I pass the variable which I have declared before. Okay, so I run this, it prints only 1 and 2 and 3. Here we have 5 threes and 4 twos and 5 ones. It print only 1 2 and 1 1 and 1 3. Okay, so it takes only unique elements, right? Then so we go with another other topic. It is Boolean. So Booleans are operators that allow you to convey true or false statements that are very important later on when we deal with control flow and logic. That means we will use these Booleans like true or false in comparative objects, and also we will use in if or else statements. There is control flow, and so I'll give one example for Boolean. So, uh, so uh, we, so we take a water level controller. Like if my tank is empty, I want to switch on the motor. If my tank is full, I have to switch off the motor. Okay. Here we have uh, two options, one is on and another is off, that is true and false. Okay, so we can use booleans uh, like like these kinds of concept, like if my dog is hungry, I want to feed it. Okay, so if it is hungry, I want to feed it's like yes or no question. Okay, so it's like yes or no question. If it is hungry, so I want to feed it, right? uh, that is yes or no questions. We can use the booleans like these kind of concepts. Okay, so mostly we are used in comparison type of operators like greater than, less than, or equal to. The one is equal to one, or one is greater than two, like this kind of operation we will using Booleans. Okay, so let's see a couple of examples for Boolean. And so here I do true. So you have to give t in uppercase and rest of them in lowercase. So that okay. So I run a shift. I'll run this. It returns true. So if I give like this, it gives error. Okay. So you have to give like this. T is capital and rest of them in smaller case. Okay. So same in false. We have to give F in capital letter and rest of the remaining in small letter. Okay. So if I like give this, uh, it gives error. Okay. So you have to give like this, right? Okay. Then we see a couple of comparative examples. Okay. So here I give one that is equal to one, and it turns true. So if I give 11 equal to 1, sorry, uh, it prints false. Okay. So then if I give 1 greater than 2, sorry, 1 greater than 2, and that is false, and 1 less than 2, that is true. Okay. So these comparative operators we will use in if statements. Okay. So see, uh, we will see the comparative operators in upcoming classes, and these all are about Booleans. So we make a quick overview on this, right? So first, tuples. Tuples are immutable. We are using parentheses to declare them, and so in tuples we can't change any elements inside it. So then we can use indexing and slicing. We have two built-in functions. One is count and another one is index. Count for counting the element, and index for to find the index position of an element, right? So next we have seen set only takes unique elements, right? It only return unique elements. Then Boolean function. Okay, so you have to give like this. First letter is capital and rest of them in lower case. Okay, false also same, first letter in uppercase and rest of them in lower case. And you can use comparative operators. Okay, then next topic is file handling in Python. Before that, I want to show one program for you. So, like this, and in file handling, we have to work on. Sorry, we will work on in IDLE. So IDLE, I already told you. We have seen in first class installation class Python 3.8.3. So we have seen in first class about IDLE, and so in IDLE I have developed this project, and it is simple one. So in here, so I fetch the data. I'm fetching the data from a database, and database. So I'm fetching these details: customer name, contact name, address, city, postal code, and country. Okay. Then I have to create. Here I'm creating folders and subfolders and text files using or uh, using the database data. Okay. So first I create a uh, main folder, the name of customer name, and inside it I have creating two more subfolders. So each subfolder have one text file. Uh, I have mentioned here, okay, biodata and certificate, okay. So in file handling, we have three and four classes. So today we will see the introduction of file handling, and at the end of the session, we will see how to solve this code, okay. So we will see the how to solve this code, okay. And now I'll run this, and I want to show how to uh, uh, run this code, okay. So here I choose Python projects as a path, okay. So I want to create folders in here, like I'll show you. So in here, so here I need to create a folders with the name of customer name, which I have fetch in database, okay. And this line is used to connect SQL database, uh, okay. And here, and this line is used to create a text file, okay. And so let's run this, and we will see here we have no folders in there. So I'll run this. So let's see what happened, okay. Yeah, it's running. So we get the folders are creating, right? So here the program is still running. I have more than 80 names in this database, okay. So it's creating, which almost we have 91 folders, right? So each folder have two subfolders. I'll show you. So by return certificate, I have declared in here, okay. So by return certificate, and each one have one text file, okay. So here I return some data. Okay, so one, okay. Uh, Now you can see the folder name and customer names are same, okay. Then the subfolder name and the heading names are same, and here the whole data has been fetched uh, from database, okay. So so these all are the projects we will going to do in our in these 3 days, okay. So first I'll teach what is file handling, and how to create a text file using Python, okay. So first, and I click file, give new file. Before that, I'll show PPTs. Okay. So file handling is an important part of any web application. Okay. So Python has several functions for creating, deleting, and updating. So updating the files. So key function for working with files in Python is open. Okay. So inside the parenthesis, we have passed two parameters. One is file name or files path. Okay, so first one is files path, then next uh, next is mode. Okay, so mode means we have four options like R, A, W and X. So R is used to read the text file. So and A is used to append the text file. So append, we have already seen during Python list classes. Okay, so append means we can add the value, or we can add the text at the end of the file, right? So next, W. So W is used to write the text uh, in the text file, and X is used to create the text file. Okay, so let's see how to do these concepts. Okay, and here um, I want to first I'll show how to create a file and how to read a file. Okay, so here I give f is a variable, so and then I'm going to pass some functions inside this, inside f, right? So I'm going to pass some function. So here I give open, and inside the parameter I have to pass two parameters like where I'm going to create or which file I'm going to create. So I want to create here e folder, right? So I want to create here, or I'll create new folder. So I give open, right? Then I want to create a file in here. Okay, so I first have to copy the path, and so I have to paste in here. Okay, in Python, uh, we have to change this. Like we have to give two forward slashes or one backward slashes. Okay, so here you give two forward slashes, and in 4pm folder. So I want to create one text file. Okay, so then I'll, I'll give one more, sorry, two more slashes, and give 123.txt. So this file I'm going to create, and here I give W. Okay, so the this is file name or file path, and this is mode of operation which I am going to do. Okay, and so here the W is used to create a file, or if the file is already in there, it opens for writing operation. Okay, it will do two operations. So one is if the file is not exists, it will create new one. Otherwise, if it is, it opens up, and we can write some text in here. Okay, so I give f dot write. So here I give open and close parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis, I can pass what text I want to write here. Okay, so here I pass hope foundation. Okay, so here you want to close the file, because you open here, and uh, after the coding you have to close that file. Otherwise, your system is get confused, the file is open or not. Okay, you have to close this. F dot close. Then give F5. So here you can use two methods to run this program. In ideally, you can use F5 for getting your result, or you can use run module. Okay, so you have to save this. I give access. Then yeah, here I get a text file and I open this. So the whole foundation is written. Okay, so then we will see how to read a file in here. Okay, so the same concept, you have to change the mode to R, and here you have to remove this and give f dot read, or I can give print function for printing the text which I have read. Okay, after that you have to close the value. Sorry, you have to close the file, text file, right? So here I give F5 and save. So it prints, it reads the value. Okay, so we have two more options to read text files. So we have read lines. Okay, so it reads line by line, and if I run this I get same value. Okay, that is hope foundation. And so we have one more option. You can pass how much character you want to print. You can pass here. So here I pass 5. So I run this. Okay, so in read line, if I pass 5 in read line, it prints first 5 lines. Okay, it prints first 5 lines. In read function, it prints only first 5 characters. Okay, so here we have our own white space. You can see here. Okay, so hope is 1, H is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here I pass 5, I get 5 character, right? So you can also use for loop to print this. Okay, like don't worry, if, for loop you will see in upcoming classes, for while and if else statement. Okay, so here you just know what is for. Okay, so for is used to iterate your value. Okay, if I give here I use range, or you can use f here, then print, that is a temporary variable. I is temporary variable. um, you stored a value from f to I. Okay, so if I have 10 values, in the for loop runs 10 times. If I have 15 values in f, the for loop runs 15 times. Okay, so each time one value will be stored in I. Okay, will be stored in I. If I have 1 to 15, first loop I equal to 1, and second loop I equal to 2, and third loop I equal to 3, and the 15 loop I equal to 50. That's all. Okay, it stores only one value in I. Okay, here I pass I gives to fi. I get hope value error IO operation not closed file. Okay, so here I closed the file, so it won't print, right? So I want to change the position of close. Okay, so here now it's run this. I get the hope and foundation. Okay, so that's all about introduction file handling, and tomorrow we will see how to create folders and subfolders and how to create a text file inside the folder. Okay, so we will see in tomorrow, and uh, do a lot of homeworks in Python basics, because Python basics is very much important, and uh, if you know very well in Python basics, you can do, or you can develop a web application, or you can go with machine learning, you can go with artificial intelligence, or you can go with Windows application, you can go with embedded also. Okay, so you should know Python basics, or you should expert in Python basics, because in AI we are using one framework, like we are using libraries or a framework. It's called a module, and we just import them like this, and uh, we can use the modules. Okay, and the modules has several classes and several functions inside it, so we are going to use the functions only, but we should expert in Python basics. Okay, please do a lot of homeworks for Python basics, and thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Shankar. So I think if you have any doubts and questions, you guys can drop in the group, so that others also can get to know, and they can also be more clear. So also request your friends to join, because many are not logging in.
Yeah, we have
Maybe
only
different issues.
12.
Yeah, today we had around 15 to 16 students. That's all. Sure, but thank you, Shankar. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Have a good time of practice. Yeah.